I'm looking for.
We're being recorded now, Pino, so keep
All
talking.
right, all right. Sorry for my English, but I just studying now English on
It's,
internet.
I understand you, so
Okay,
keep going.
okay, okay. I want to learn something on internet, some how to start a business online. Because my work is too heavy for me in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
65 years old. Um, so I want to retire. I would like to get my passion of music of the art that I had these dreams when I was young. When I
Mm-hmm.
was younger, I had this dream to make music or to make art in general.
Well, maybe you can still make music. Maybe you can make art. Maybe you could be a podcaster that interviews other artists and musicians and bring out to the world their talents.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
Why not? But I have to have more confidence with the English language.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you keep practicing, keep coming back. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
as you might notice, I don't have an English accent. I may live in London. I may have lived in London for the last 20 years, but my accent is Western Canada, Western United States. So I speak just like Californians do.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's my accent.
very good. And what is your business in London? If you
I work
if you
online now. That's all I do. I'm a podcaster. I do Gary's Glorious Golden Nuggets. That's my podcast. That's
okay,
what this group is all about. Is this podcast, and this is where people can come and ask me
okay.
any questions they'd like to ask this week. From the podcast, or even if they want to talk about online digital business, I've talked to an awful lot of people who are very successful, so I can share with what they have shared with me. I can also speak from my own experience. We sometimes have a lot of people on this, and other times we just have a few. It doesn't really matter. I'm here to share and talk. Uh, I just wrote a book and it was published today. It's out on Amazon today for the very first time ever. So I am an author now. So I have a book out there for people to learn a little bit more about how the law of attraction actually works. That's what the book is all about.
How what is all about your
The,
book?
the law of attraction.
Ah,
How
the law of attraction.
yeah,
Ah,
how you attract the good things in the world to you. We're pretty much experts on attracting the wrong things, but it's all about how to have a mental focus and have a big reason why you want to have the things you want to have. You don't really have to know the how. The how will manifest itself. A year ago, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Um, Back in
so
October, somebody suggested that I do podcasting, and I knew nothing really about it other than I had listened to podcasts. And
mhm.
now I'm a podcaster and I really love it.
Ah,
It's the best fun I've ever had talking to people about their
mhm.
businesses, about what they learned along the way, and sharing those golden nuggets with people all around the world. Bino, I have people
Yes,
in places like Mongolia who listen to my podcast. I would have never thought
Mongolia.
people in Mongolia would listen to an English language podcast, but they do. I have people in uh, in Argentina. I have people in Japan. I was I was in the top 14 podcasts 2 weeks ago in Austria, an
in
English
Austria.
language podcast about business.
About business. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Ah,
How to be an entrepreneur. And I just interview entrepreneurs. And podcasting is a great tool, especially if you sit there and you say, "Look, I don't got much money, but I've got a computer. I can get a microphone. I can hook the two up together, and I can start finding people who are musicians, and we can do it in Italian language if you want to, and then just
uh-huh.
have your podcast for Italy or for Italian speaking people in New York who want to listen to
I,
your podcast. So you
yeah,
actually can
why
have an
not?
international. I mean, there's a huge Italian population in places like Australia and Chile. I mean, there's huge Italian populations in these areas. So if they find out about your podcast, they can download and listen to you. And and all you do is
Yeah,
just find really interesting people who talk about music and art in Italian.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, in Italian too.
yeah.
Okay.
And there are some organizations that you can hook yourself up to who can help you monetize your podcast no matter what size your audience is. If you are below 2,000 downloads a month, they actually can help you find money. So,
Huh.
it may not be a
If
lot of
you get
money. It may not be a lot of
$2,000,
money, but it's a little bit of money coming in. And that helps you because as your audience begins to grow, as people find out about you, and people go back in time and listen to your old podcasts, and then with your new podcast, what you find is hundreds of downloads will start occurring every week, and you're wondering how can you do that because you may only have 500 people around the planet who are listening to you, but they might listen to 3 or 4 of your podcasts in the week. And so 500 times 4 people or 4 downloads each becomes 2,000, just like that.
ah,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Podcast is about talking about some topic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You,
Uh,
you find a topic, you find something you love. If that's the important thing, find something you love, Pino. If you
yes.
love music, if you love
I
art,
love
yeah,
music, but I
yeah,
love to play music, to
yeah,
make
yeah.
music.
Yeah, you could have podcasts where you jam with other musicians. you know,
But
have
there
you?
is the latency is no good. The latency to
Well,
play together on internet
yeah, yeah,
because the latency is
yeah,
no
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a problem. And if you know a lot about technology and you compare everybody up, but there are
Mhm.
some worldwide orchestras now because of the lockdown where they
Yeah.
all they literally create a symphony despite the fact that they're all in different parts of the world, but they are doing it
Yes,
all
it
at the
is.
same time, whatever the time frame is. So there's probably somebody at 2 or 3 in the morning up, you know beating their drums or strumming a guitar or whatever with the group, that the conductor is conducting this in LA at 1 in the afternoon. So it's just one of the things that happens. But that's the other thing about being a digital entrepreneur, is that it's 24 hours a day. And oftentimes when you have done something, you've only need to do it once. And then it's everybody can pick up and listen to it whenever it's convenient for them.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like it's like buying a record. You buy a record, you put it on the record player and listen to it when you want to listen to it, not when the orchestra originally recorded it. That's how the
Mhm.
internet kind of works. That's how this digital marketing works. You do something to whatever your product is. to bring it out to people.
Thank you.
And then when they're ready, when it's convenient for them, they tap into it and they either
Mhm.
buy it or, I mean, it's like an author. An author writes a book one time, but people will read it for 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. When they're ready to read the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you launch one book today
I did. I did. It's on Amazon. I'm really proud of it.
on Amazon.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's in
allora
English. It's in English.
it's in English.
Yeah, it's called
Okay, I
uh
learn English.
yeah,
I
yeah.
translate all the book,
Do
and
you?
then
Yeah.
I can translate and yeah, Gary. What is the name of the book?
Just a second. I'm going to send it in chat. The
Ah,
ancients knew how to manifest.
how to manifest.
Okay, I'm going to
Manifest.
send it to you in chat.
Uh,
So
uh, uh.
down at the bottom, there's a little button that says well, I don't know what it says in Italian if you're reading it in Italian, but it's like a little chat screen. It's right next to the share, a green button, right on the right hand or left hand side of the green button. There's another button for chat, and if you click on that, you can
The
actually see the
green.
message.
Chattare. Okay. I see chattare. Where is okay? The ancient knew how to manifest everything by Gary. The
Yep.
ancient knew.
Yep, that's me. You can't imagine a more handsome author, can you?
How to manifest
Everything.
everything. Okay.
By Gary Jenkins. Yep.
Okay. Gary Jenkins.
Mm-hmm. That's my name.
Okay. 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 Maybe I will look for. It's
All right. Well,
it's
it's all up to
interesting.
you.
Is it an interesting? I I am I believe in a law how to manifest everything by Gary. The
Yeah.
law of attraction.
Yes. Yes. That's what
Attraction.
it's all about. The law of attraction. Yep.
The law of
Yeah.
attraction. The
And
mind is.
the fact that the ancient people, they understood it. They knew what it was and how to apply it. Going back 6,000 years, you can find it in the ancient writings where they tell people exactly how it's supposed to happen, what you were supposed to do, what kind of discipline you had to have in your mind, because it's really all about your mind, you thinking
All
the right
about your
thoughts.
mind.
And I mean, and I use a lot of the Bible, because most people in the English world will have a Bible. Even if they don't believe in it, they'll have a Bible or access to a Bible. And I just wanted to show, look, that writing is more than 2,000 years old, and it's literally telling you, when Jesus was saying, "As a man thinketh, so is he was telling people what they already knew. Yeah, whatever corruption you have in your mind, that's what you are. That's what's going on. And
Yeah.
and this is all law of attraction stuff, and the ancients knew this. And you can go back to ancient Egyptian writings where they wrote all this stuff down on emerald tablets, or at least they had them on emerald tablets called the tablets of Troth. So I mean, all this information is there, what they believed, what it is, um, the fact that everything in the universe is vibrating. I mean, that's something our scientists only discovered in the last 125 years. that everything is vibrating. But they knew it 6,000 years ago. I mean, so, the ancients
Six
knew it.
thousand years.
Yeah, they knew all this stuff. They wrote it as part of the law. There is a law. Everything moves, everything vibrates, you know,
Yes.
and uh, and yet our scientists didn't prove that until about 150 years ago.
Mhm.
So it's utilizing what we know. It's utilizing what is available to the universe, and everybody can tap into it and receive it because it's a law. It's a universal law. If you comply to a law in the universe, you will get the outcome that is promised you. And this is why a universal law can be a blessing or it can be a curse. Because if you have evil intent, you will get an evil outcome. But if you have a good intent, if you have a pure intent, then you will receive a good and pure outcome because a law will just be fulfilled. It's indifferent to what you want. It's just that you've complied to the law and you get it. And so when you sit back and you say the law of attraction, why isn't everybody rich? Because they're all attracting all the wrong things to themselves, it's the way they're thinking. They're thinking like, oh, I got to cheat this guy a little bit in order for me to make more money. Well, if that's how you're thinking, then of course you're going to end up being cheated in the end because the law of attraction is going to attract to you people who cheat you.
Mm.
So that's
Yeah,
just how it all works. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The law of attraction, is okay. But if I think good thing that I want
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
to achieve
Yeah.
good thing, the universe respond to me
Yeah.
good.
But
If I
it's more.
think bad,
Yep. But again, it's more than just what you think, because it's what you think leads to which how you behave, and and then how you behave is where you start to end up getting those rewards. It's like when you know a bad part of town, you know, you'll find that there's usually poverty there. You'll usually find that people all listen to the same kind of music. The music might be kind of hateful. It might actually say things like, some people are not as good as other people. And they listen to all and they begin to believe it.
mhm.
And so they begin to feel hopeless, like poverty is my existence. This is all I'll ever know. Um, and then they're listening to music that talks about, hey, you just poor, you'll never be rich. No matter what you do, you're going to be digging a ditch, kind of stupid things.
Say stupid. But no, it's my story.
Yeah.
I was born in a street with the name Misery Street.
Misery Street, really?
I
Yeah.
was born
Yeah.
after six female, seven after seven female in and then my father was dying
Uh-huh.
after 45 days. So
Uh-huh.
if I think uh, at this at my past,
Mm-hmm.
I think that I have so many experiences, no good
Mm-hmm.
experiences, because when I was young, 18 years old, I was in prison
Mm-hmm.
because but innocent, innocent, because
Mm-hmm.
a girl, a little girl, 14 age girl, said, think to the police that I sell her some drugs,
Mm-hmm.
that I was,
Mm-hmm.
I abused to her, all these things. So I was in prison for
For a time, huh?
6 months.
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
and this sometimes, and my mind, sometimes when I think at the as this past, uh, it's impossible to have a good thought for uh, for the love attraction. Do you
Hmm.
understand?
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Uh,
And and again, you can see, I mean, born and living on Misery Road, um, having this horrible event that happened early in your life, you're innocent, but it has an impact on you. It has an impact on how you think, how you thought about yourself, how you thought about the world,
that is
and then now here you are, but 40 years later, maybe you're 65, and you're kind of saying, hey, you know,
40.
I need to change the way I think because I want to do something. My body can't take being a carpenter, being a craftsman anymore. I need
Mm.
to do something different. So your mind is already thinking and putting a big want in front of you so that you can figure out your why, which has got to be huge. And then the how will manifest. And perhaps this is part of the process coming to the Golden Nugget Nation, because we talk about how you can
Mhm.
change your thinking and how
Ah,
you can do business online.
okay.
Yeah.
On the on your podcast, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
we do that on my podcast, but we also do that
I
here.
have to subscribe on your podcast for that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Your
yeah.
podcast is yes, is the
Second,
Gary Jenkins of
just like
God
I'm just putting the name up on the chat for you.
Okay,
Gary's Glorious Golden Nuggets.
Gary's Glorious Golden. Okay, use Golden.
Yeah, I could use another listener in Italy.
Huh?
I could use another listener in Italy. You know, you can get all your friends who want to learn English to listen to my podcast too.
For learn English to
Yeah,
your
yeah,
Pascal. Yeah, why
yeah,
not?
yeah. Because I talk to people with all kinds of accents in English. I talk to people from Denmark. Let's see, I've talked to people from Russia, from the Ukraine.
Okay.
I get people from Japan, Australia. They all have different accents when they speak English. So
Yeah.
you can listen to me too. I have a different accent than everybody else, but mine is more like a Californian one. So if you watch an American movie, they would sound a lot like how I speak, or
Uh-huh.
American TV show. If you heard it, the English soundtrack, they would sound very much like myself most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
just because of
Okay.
where I was raised. Yeah,
Okay. Very good.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. I didn't tell you, but last week I didn't have this podcast because I was in the middle of moving from one house to another house, and that it didn't happen this week. But just after I moved here, I got hit by a motorbike.
Uh, what?
some kid just ran me over.
Ah,
So
some kid rent you over.
on an electric motorbike, yeah, yeah, just
Ah,
boom,
ah,
just
ah.
right over me. So even good people have bad things happen, but you just have to be positive and say, okay, what do I learn from this and move forward? And what do I have to know? And you know, I don't wish any harm on anybody. It's just the fact that wow, that really hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So look,
Mm-mm.
it's almost a half an hour. Our time is about up. Do you have anything you want to ask me, or anything else, Pino?
No, no, it's okay. I don't have some serious thing to ask you. No, that you give me. Then I go to subscribe to Gary Glorious Golden Nuggets.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah. There's like 50 podcasts you
podcast.
can listen to now. I mean, you can get in there and you can hear all kinds of stuff. Some of these speakers that I've had on the podcast are really amazing people, really big talents, uh, big names in the world of business. And other people are just like you and me, just starting out,
Just
trying
starting
to
now.
trying to figure out how to make a business work. But Pino, the biggest mistake I find from entrepreneurs who are starting out is they try to do it all by themselves. And you really need to have a sense of community.
A
So
sense of
yeah,
community.
yeah.
Yeah.
So be part of this community and share and we can help each other. We certainly want to serve you and help you become successful.
Yes. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for this.
yeah. So, anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just close off the podcast, or not. This isn't a podcast. This is the group Q&A. So I want to thank.
The Facebook group.
Yeah, the Facebook group, the Golden Nugget Nation Q&A with Gary. Closing it off. Thank you all
Okay.
for attending. Thank you, Pino. I've really enjoyed talking to you. I hope to see you next week. Same time. All right.
Okay.
Same day.
All right. All right.
See you
Thank you.
later, my
Bye.
friend.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.